Hello and welcome back to Better Than Yesterday. My name is Daniel Hammond. I'm your co-host and I'm joined by my best friend, Michael Janse van Rensburg. And yeah, today we're going to talk about careers in South Africa and Namibia that you can get into as a student if you don't really know where you want to go. But yeah, so it's going to be a guideline for you. Anyways, Michael, bro, how have you been?
Bro, so well, man. I must say, excited to be recording this video. I think it's going to be a very good one, like you say, for those young people who are looking for industries to get into, but excited to get into that soon. But in life, bro, I must say I've been feeling so good, honestly, like feeling so blessed. Been pushing forward on a lot of fronts. Like university is going well. Obviously I have classes and that kind of stuff every day that I'm doing, so have to focus on that. Got a few projects coming up, so been putting the work in on that. But I've also got a few jobs that I do. Actually got a new job last week, which is great, and I can do in my spare time just to earn a bit of extra cash. So yeah, that's an amazing thing. Been working hard at the gym, bro. Hit a leg day the
I
other
love to
day.
hear it, man.
Feeling quite sore in the legs there. But and better than
Uh,
yesterday is moving forward, bro. So honestly, feeling amazing, man. It's good that all these things in our lives are moving forward. But how's it been on your side, brother?
it's been great, bro. So yeah, we're a year and 1 day old now.
Let's
And I
go.
must say,
Exciting.
yo, bro, it's exciting, man. And just to look at how much beauty-wise, better than yesterday has grown, but like look at how much we've grown. I remember
Yeah.
a year back, we were like talking about wanting to start something and like create money. And I know we like were investing a bit of money that we had, but now we're actually like starting to work and like balancing our
Yeah.
studies and our gym. And yeah,
Yeah.
so recently I have started my own company, which I'm really excited about. Studies is going well, bro. Thanks, man. And yeah, my relationship with God is actually like just on another
Wonderful,
level
bro.
as well.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so there's another thing that like I actually haven't told a lot of people. So I've also registered to do my real estate agency exam, which is going to be just after my exams. And then I'm looking forward to get to Cape Town, bro. I'm going to see you anytime from the 15th of July, and then I'll be there for like 2.5 weeks, man. So
That's good,
yeah,
man.
I'm excited.
Things are
Yeah,
looking up.
so I'm looking forward to it, man. It's going to be some good memories. And yeah, getting into the video, Michael's going to start us off by telling us about software development or software engineering.
Exactly that. Exactly that. Yeah. So
Yeah.
basically, in the build up to doing this video, me and Daniel both did a bit of research on what industries are gonna not only put you in a good position right now because they are high in demand industries, there's lots of jobs, but also they're going to be good industries going forward in the next 10, 15 years. So those are the reasons and the ways that we chose the careers that we wanted to talk about. And the first one that I am talking about is software development, like you say, man. And interesting enough, I am studying software development right now myself. I'm
Man.
currently I'm currently in second year studying software development, and it's going really well. But it's not just a bias thing. Software development, and also specifically the careers that we chose are for South Africans and Namibians. So, if you're watching from here, and that's obviously where Daniel and I are based, these are the best careers to go into. So, software development, one of the big reasons that I chose to go into it is because it's such a growing industry at the moment. I think, and right now is just a good time to get in. So I'm currently in my second year and I'll be finishing up next year, able to go into the industry in 2024. And yeah, it's ever growing at the moment. So South Africa is somewhat new, and Namibia, we are currently like developing countries, but we're new to the digital world. But there's still, the thing is, what's good about a developing country is that there's lots of new businesses that are coming into the marketplace, and all of these businesses need developers, because everything is online these days. A big growth spurt in the software engineering industry recently has been the development of the cloud and all these kind of things, and also security, online security. Since so many of the businesses are moving the information online, there's a big need for cloud engineers, security, developers who work on like protecting information online, actually developing software like apps, websites, because all of these businesses are moving online. They need someone to develop a website for themselves, an app. these kind of things, online servers. So there's just a really high demand for software engineering at the moment, and it's only going to increase, man. If you look forward, I think it's not something that's going to be dwindling anytime soon. The world's just going more and more online. You know what I mean? So that's why I think
Yeah.
it's such a good one to choose. And how you can get into the career of becoming a software engineer is you can study. So what I'm studying right now is a Bachelor of Science in Information Technology, and then it specializes in software engineering. So that's what you would want to study. You can also go on to study computer science. That'll also put you in the same type of field. So those are the kind of degrees that you want to be going for to get into this industry. But honestly, I think if you are looking for an industry that is going to suit you well, and if you have ever had some experience with programming or that kind of stuff, even if you haven't, give it a try, because honestly, it's one of those things that sometimes it'll click with you or it doesn't. It's not going to be for everyone. But I found that it actually did click with me, and I really enjoy it. It's an interesting field. There's a lot of problem solving involved, and what's cool as well is it is quite a high earning industry as well. So your entry wage is quite high, and the potential to grow from that is also very high. So that's why I think it's a wonderful choice for anyone who's looking for an industry to go into, man.
That's great, man. Yeah, I love to hear about it. And it's actually also taught me like a lot of just what it is, because I've always been asking you, Michael, like what's going on, bro? Like what does this career actually entail, bro? And yeah, so for me, like I wanna get into marketing first.
Awesome.
So in like Namibia and South Africa, I think,
Yeah.
but I think Namibia is quite, I mean, South Africa is quite a bit ahead now, because
Mm,
they have been marketed pretty well. Like you'll hear about South Africa in a few movies here and there, or some series. And yeah, you like when people refer to Africa, then they'll always talk about South Africa or Cape Town, and Namibia is actually starting to get like to that point. So recently there was a Namibian Expo in Dubai, and yeah, we need someone to be a marketing manager who's going to be handling those type of things, marketing the country to
awesome.
the rest of the world, as we've got a pretty small population. I don't want to lie to you. I think it's about 2.5 million people. Maybe it's 3 million now. We have to
Mm,
do our census this year. So yeah, it's an extremely good major. And the salary that you'll be looking at an average is 31.7 thousand each month. And yeah, this
awesome.
is a good career choice because you can be office bound or you can freelance. So you can actually do it from anywhere, as long as you're connected like to the Wi-Fi, you have your PC, and people can send you like through emails or the tasks that you need to do, then you can get on with marketing. Yeah, and in Namibia, you can study marketing, the Bachelor of Marketing at NUST and at UNAM. I think I just looked at those two universities, but probably at IUM as well. So
Sure.
yeah, it's easily available, and it is going to be a good a good career, especially in Namibia for the next 10 to 15 years, as we need to be getting more known
Yeah.
in the world.
Definitely,
So yeah,
man.
man.
Interesting enough, when I was also doing research on these industries to go into, marketing came up for me as well. So yeah, I couldn't agree more, man. I think it's a great industry to go into, even in South Africa as well. And what's cool is like some of the job titles that you can look to go for: SEO specialist, digital marketing manager, marketing editor. What I want to say about digital marketing, I know that's a field that's growing so much right now, because companies that maybe used to market their stuff through word of mouth, through putting flyers in people's boxes. It's all starting to go digital right now. So that's also a cool part of being a marketing, studying marketing, is that you can go into the digital side of it, man.
Way, bro. That's great. And what's the second point that you were going to be getting into?
Yeah. So the second one that I'm going to be talking about, man, is sales. So might be somewhat underrated, but I think sales is still a very good industry to go into. I know both of my parents, for example, most of their careers were involved in sales. And what's cool
Mhm.
about sales, it's one of those things. It's like an industry that you go into and you sort of work your way up. You know what I mean? So sales is a lot of it is to do with communications. The thing is, you're trying to sell a product to someone else, so you are working for a business and you are trying to get that idea across and communicate to them why they need to be buying from you and that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? And you're always trying to get in new clients and that kind of stuff for your company. So I think sales is something that's still going to be high in demand, because especially even though the pandemic came across quite recently, there's still a very high, like it only increased, supply and demand factors, because for some industries it went down, but for other industries, supply and demand went skyrocketed because of the fact that people are working from home now. Maybe people, for example, the medical industry, the sale of masks and everything, hand sanitizers, that's just an example of something that the supply and the demand skyrocketed, so there's always a need for sales. And if you can be someone that is going to be bringing in those sales for a company, then you're going to be extremely valuable. And some of the job titles that you can go for in sales is becoming a business manager, sales director, supply chain specialist. So you're involved in just all the communications between the companies. You're almost the middleman that is securing and getting those deals in. And I know the degrees that you can study are in communications. So you can actually get a communications degree that'll set you up well for a career in sales. But you can also study business, technology, marketing. Even all three of those things will set you up well to go into sales. So very good industry as well, man.
That's a huge variety. So yeah, it's not just that you have to go study something specific. There's actually
Yeah,
like a lot that you can do in sales. So I don't think
exactly.
it's gonna get boring. If
No, yeah,
you, for example, if you go
definitely.
into sales and you're a sales manager at a furniture shop, and then you decide like it's not really for me, I like sales, and then you can go into sales of properties, which I'm going to get into. But yeah,
Exactly,
so
man.
you can kind of like play around with it until you find something that you're comfortable with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me get into chartered accounting, bro. So chartered accounting is especially a good career if you're somewhat of a person that's got like a bit of a perfectionist personality and you like to play with numbers, because initially you're dealing with numbers a lot and your standards need to be really high because you can't make mistakes because you're dealing with people's money, and you have to give accurate financial reports, and you have to do these audits. So you also have to be really be an honest person if you're going to thrive in this career.
Mm,
And yeah, doing chartered accounting, once you get that like that chartered accountant stamp, I know it's a process. I think you first do like the bachelor's of honors in accounting, and then later on you have to go and work at a company and do your articles, and then you have another two exams for chartered accounting before you get like that chartered accounting stamp. And once you've got that, you can initially like study at any company anywhere in the world because it is internationally recognized.
yeah.
And accounting is it's always going to be needed, whether you go into like the future, like the technology, like the IT part, because yeah,
Yeah.
the things can like be audited online on a computer, but you're going to need someone who's going to manage that. And I think that's the role that chartered accountants are going to play. So definitely in the 10 to 15 years, going to it's going to still be going on, and you're still going to be in demand as a chartered accountant. Just take caution that it is a pretty difficult course, but if you put
Mm,
your mind to it, you can do it. Also,
yeah,
the
man.
average salary for a chartered accountant in Namibia is 57.4 thousand. And I know like when it's a bit low, it's like 41,000. But then on the higher end, it's like 100 and something thousand. So it's quite a lot that you can make. And you
Yeah.
can also study it at NUST or UNEM in Namibia.
Wonderful, man. Wonderful, man. Yeah. I think accounting is an interesting field, man. I remember when I was
Yeah,
younger, it was one of those that I was looking to go into, but fortunately, as soon as I got into
yeah,
high
me
school,
too.
I just realized it wasn't for me. It wasn't for me exactly. I think happened with both of us, eh?
Yeah,
But yeah, it's definitely
yeah,
a good field, definitely a good field. And look at those salaries, man. Very good stuff. So
yeah,
final one that I want to talk about, man, is business management. So yeah, I think business manager is just an interesting thing, similar the business world, like we say, it's all quite interconnected. So, business and IT and finance, like you just mentioned, accounting and that kind of stuff, they're all interlinked at the moment. So, if you study business, you might end up working at an IT company, but being the project manager and that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? And it could be the same thing if you study accounting and you go into finance, but then you're working for a company that is involved in IT, or, and the same with marketing. Marketing is the same. So it's crazy how all these things are interlinked, but I think that's why these are some of the best industries, because it's just involved in, running a business, and these kind of things, man. But yeah, I think business management is a very good one. Definitely, it's similar to what I mentioned before, but it does, it includes basically overseeing the business's main things and that kind of stuff that you have to look over. And some of the job titles that you can do are project manager, risk manager, procurement director. So I think business management is a good one to go into as well. You can study a BCom and that'll set you up quite well for that. Business is something that I always found quite interesting, but I decided to go into IT for a lot of different reasons. But yeah, I must say I enjoy business quite a lot, man. We don't have much time left, man, but I know we did want to say something about entrepreneurship. The fact that you've just started your new business, man.
Yeah,
like give us a brief
thing
point there on
about
how entrepreneurship is a great option for anyone who's, maybe doesn't want to study but wants to go into something else, man.
Yeah, so entrepreneurship, this is a very creative and wide field, which is very diverse. And also you're initially going to be a freelancer, so you can work from home, you can work from a company, like from an office, and you can you can be anywhere, like you mentioned earlier, like if you have got your computer and you've got the internet, you can initially start a company. That's all you need. So you can do it from anywhere. So if you love traveling, go into entrepreneurship. And then, when you're sitting in Dubai, when you're sitting in Scotland, when you're sitting in England, you can run your company and you can have one of you can one day be our business managers or whatever. And then, so the salary depends on how successful your business is.
Yeah, exactly, man.
Because it can be like $0 a month, or it can be $1 million, or you can't even give an average, man. So also you can just go into entrepreneurship by self-education, but there's also an entrepreneurship degree that can be studied at NASA.
Wow, man.
Away, bro.
Actually know that.
Yeah.
I think what's great about entrepreneurship, man, is the fact that, like you said, it's all online. Essentially, what we're doing right now through a YouTube channel and a platform such as Better Than Yesterday, it kind of is entrepreneurship. So I think entrepreneurship is an amazing thing. And what's cool as well is that you can start it as a side hustle, maybe while you are studying one of these degrees that we just mentioned, but it can become your main thing, once it develops. And what's cool is you can just make it a business about what you're passionate about and develop that, man. But these are beautiful, beautiful points, man. I really hope that you guys enjoyed listening to this video, and that if you were looking for some direction on where you want to go in terms of a good career, that you take into account the points that we had, and also let us know any thoughts that you guys had, anything that you have to say about these careers and stuff that we've said. And that's it from me and Daniel. We really appreciate you guys watching this video. Consider giving a like and subscribing if you want to, if you enjoyed this kind of content, if you want to see more of this kind of content. And we really enjoyed recording it, and we hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day.
Cheers and bye.